Oh, hi there. Welcome back to the channel. And today I'm going to try something different with this. So I kind of really wanted, this is something I've kind of noticed a lot, where it's like Floyd Mayweather's promoter says he didn't take Logan Paul fight seriously. Now, before jumping into this article, this is what I kind of really want to talk about on a few things. So basically, if you haven't noticed around, it was always Logan Paul fighting Floyd Mayweather and stuff, and it's been a big thing that's been going around such a long time. And I feel like when I've been looking at like hearing interviews or when I see other people talk about this sort of stuff, they always turn around and they go, "Oh, by the way, yeah, we don't take this seriously. He's just a YouTuber. He's doing this." But then I kind of thought, well, what about people who didn't take other boxers seriously? Oh, he does this, like he's just up and training. He can never go against me and stuff like that. And I feel like this is a huge thing right now that the like all these like boxers don't take YouTubers seriously. When you see the YouTubers putting in time and effort, actually working their way and actually doing what they've probably looked at you guys and gone, "Hey, you're my idols," but they just don't take them seriously. Like, I just imagine, like, would you take an upcoming person seriously, big enough, or would you just kind of leave it? Because I just kind of think that, if you're not going to take someone seriously, then why accept the fight? Just be like, nah, bro, I'm not going to have you. So this article, I've not read this one yet. So it's like Floyd Mayweather's promoter has claimed that the undefeated boxer didn't take the Logan Paul's fight seriously, and if he'd done a full training camp, he would have fucked Paul up. So again, why didn't you? Is it just something like, oh, I'll take this kid on later? Same with that the Ben Aztec type thing that happened. It's like, fucking take this seriously. If you're not gonna bother, I mean, fucking look at Logan, fucking shredded as fuck, and yeah, again, like these people just don't care. Like, oh, he's just an influencer. I'm sure that people back in the day were like, oh, you're just a kid growing up who just wants to fight, and now you're the undefeated boxer. Like, fucking, like, why didn't you take this seriously? If it was me, I would take every fight seriously rather than, I'd want to prove. Can you imagine if, like, Logan had beaten Floyd? Like, guaranteed one thing, like, it would be the worst. Undefeated boxer taken down by a YouTuber Disney star or something like that. Or, Viner, whatever it is. But still, like, I would have taken it seriously. After months of excitement and hype, the highly anticipated bout between Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather finally took place on June 6th. In the end of the 8-round exhibition fight went the distance, with Mayweather controlling the pace of action with his signature defense style. Despite this, Mayweather did receive some criticism over his performance with Paul, even pointing out that the Hall of Famer was slower than expected. Well, Mayweather's what do you keep saying? Mayweather's promoter Leonard has claimed that Floyd didn't take the fight seriously, and that Paul is lucky Mayweather didn't go through a full training camp. Like, literally, you have one of the biggest, and I hate to say this times, but Logan Paul is a really big influencer where he can bring in a whole new bout of new people into fighting, into boxing, and want to learn more and make you more money, and yet you just couldn't be bothered. It just feels like it was a meh type thing. At the end of the day, he took 8 rounds. He stood up to your 8 rounds. That's got to be something worth like being noticed for. Promoter claims that Mayweather didn't take fights seriously. An interview with the Mac Life, Floyd promoter Leonard claimed the undefeated boxer didn't take the fight seriously at all. Despite only the minimum amount of prep handling in the bout, elaborate voiced Mayweather was one pressing the action and looking to fight, whereas Paul was just moving in to grapple. He'd fucked him up if he had full training camp, but Floyd wasn't taking none of this seriously. Floyd was walking him down the whole 8 rounds. He wasn't running around the ring like the little guy was walking the little guy, big guy down. Blah, reading. It's obvious that he believes that Mayweather decided to go through a whole camp. It's likely he would have been able to knock Paul out during the fight, although it's impossible to know whenever this is true. Even Floyd retired in the post-fight conference that he only trained twice a week for the bout. Mayweather certainly isn't renowned for his aggressive boxing style, but it would have been interesting to see this undefeated boxer in peak condition. While no one came out on top in the end, it's safe to say that we're both seeing Mayweather and Paul back in the ring again. The question is, who will each of them decide to take on next? Now, thing is, I'd want to see another fight. I'd want to see it all work together. I'd want to see how if both of them were at maximum peak. Now, I don't know if Logan was at max peak on this, but to see Mayweather say, "Oh, I didn't take it seriously," would you say that towards other people that are wanting to get into the sport, that go training like, "Oh, he's never fought me, so I don't care," whatever. Like, because I'd want to take it seriously. And I can see a rise of YouTuber boxers, because what happens if, say, Logan goes against someone else and it gets more traction, or even Jake goes against it and gets more traction, and it just gets permanently better. I just wish people would take it seriously. I know people are like, oh, it's just YouTubers, but at the end of the day, they bring in an audience. Logan's got a shit ton of people following him that would probably end up watching more and paying more. Like, you earned a shit ton of money. Both of them did. Don't get me wrong, but you think you'd kind of take it a little bit more seriously, rather than just kind of like, I feel like there's a lot more that could be said. I just wish people would take this more seriously, because I hate the fact it's all this stigma about YouTubers. Like, oh, he's just a YouTuber. At the end of the day, can you imagine if this was a proper fight and Logan won, like absolutely destroyed him? Then it'd be completely different. You got this title of undefeated boxer, but you were taken down by a YouTuber, Vine, or whatever. Oh, just it just gets me a little bit, and it should be taken seriously. But I'm going to leave it there. What are your thoughts on this? Did you watch the fight? Did you not? Let me know down below in the comments. And if you like this sort of content and you want to see more, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and give us a cheeky follow. Anyway, I'll catch you later.